Hello guys, welcome. We are riding a 30-mile ride today, and we are in the process of bringing the batteries down for winter storage. So you really want to bring them down. Actually, anywhere from 30 to 70 would be good, but don't go below 70%. So I have two radio flyers, step-through bikes. One's a cargo bike and the other one is a cruiser. And they both have the same battery, so I'm be able to bring down the battery as I am halfway, and then I'll change batteries out. And it'll probably bring it down to about 60% or so on the 15 miles, maybe a little bit more, because I'm going to go in pedal assist 4, which is the highest, and actually use throttle most of the time so we can run the batteries down. So I figured that was the best way to do this. And that way I don't have to ride both bikes to run the batteries down. I'll, like I said, swap out batteries halfway and run that one down too. Then I've got fireproof explosion bags that I can use when I store the batteries. I've got special bags for lithium batteries, so. But yeah, that's what we're doing today. And I'll show you pictures of the bike and everything once we get to our halfway point. Now I'm hoping that the battery percentage is more accurate than some of the bikes I got. Because some of them show I may have 20% of the battery left, or 30. In fact, I've got 50 and 60% left when I put a voltmeter on it. Again, I'm riding my torque sensor bike. I got my electric trike coming in tomorrow from Electric. I finally collaborated with them, and they're going to start sending me some bikes and trikes if I'm doing well on my channel for them. Chilly out here today. I've got my little beanie thing that goes over my ears under my helmet, and then I've also got my gloves on. My riding gloves, not my regular gloves. So yeah, it's a little bit chilly out here today. Guys, let's talk about lithium batteries and how we should handle them, especially in the wintertime. Now, this basically affects people in the northern states more than it does in the south. But yeah, I mean, I ride all year long, but I keep my batteries inside if I'm going to ride a certain number of bikes throughout the winter. For review purposes, I will keep the batteries inside. I will keep them charged to a normal state. But if I'm going to store a battery long term, then I'm going to take my bike out, as I'm doing on this video, and I'm going to ride probably 15 miles or so, maybe a little less, 10 to 15, and that way I can drain that battery down to like anywhere between 30 and 70%. That seems to be the sweet spot you guys want to discharge your batteries down to. And I also have fireproof explosion bags that I also store my batteries in when I store them inside for the winter time. Now, this particular bike is a Radio Flyer cargo bike, and I have another Radio Flyer step-through bike that has the same battery. So what I did is I will bring both batteries with me on this ride, and then I will discharge the one battery down to probably 50-60%. And then as I'm coming back, I will go ahead and replace the battery that's identical to the one I just discharged, and then I will bring it down to somewhere between 50 to 60%, somewhere around there. But what that does, that helps you keep the battery life to last longer. You don't want to store these batteries in cold environments where it's down below freezing, because it will eventually drain your battery down to where it's not going to be sufficient to maintain a charge once you start bringing that battery up to life if you keep it in a colder environment. So you got to be careful with that. So that's what I do. That is the best way I know to handle battery storage, and you just got to make sure you put them in some kind of fireproof explosion bag, so you don't want these things catching fire in the wintertime, and they won't. I've never seen an issue, and I've done this for 2 years now. You just got to be careful what you're doing and be mindful of your batteries. They are lithium batteries that you're storing. So yeah, that's how I do it. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of insight on that, how I store my batteries. Um, Now, again, if I'm going to ride the bike all winter, I will just keep the batteries inside. I will then top them off when I'm ready to ride it. Now, I also have battery covers that I put over the batteries. It helps some, but when you get down anywhere between 15 degrees and lower, the bags really don't do a whole lot of good on protection of that battery from getting really, really cold when you're riding. Usually your batteries are going to take somewhere between a 20 to 30% degradation drain, as I call it, when you're riding at any temperatures below, say, 15 degrees. You're going to get very limited battery charge when you're riding in those really cold temperatures, because it just drains them really bad. So those are a couple of things to keep pay attention to when you're riding your bikes. And yeah, I hope this helped. So yeah, let's just enjoy a little more music and I'll do some fast forwarding to the video, and then I will do a description on this bike once I get to the halfway point. All right, let's talk about this Flyer cargo bike. It's a beautiful bike, guys. This is, I think, called the Flyer Flex. As you can see with this area on both sides, how well that's done for if you want to carry a rider. You could carry a child in here. Just my other camera shutting down. But as you can see, the cargo space, I've got my backpack, my coffee, my rain gear. Everything's in my backpack that I need. And this thing is just a gorgeous step through cargo bike. You definitely is what it's called. Let's get into the features just a little bit. This has got a 500-watt motor. You may not be able to see it. It's down in there. It has also got a 48-volt battery, and it'll probably do 20 to 30 miles, maybe a little more if you're doing lower pedal assist. I'm trying to run the battery down on these bikes today, and I was in the highest level and got it down to 44%, and that's where I want it, so I can store this bike for the winter. So let's get into some other features. Very comfortable seat. You've got very good hand grips on this one, very comfortable. You've got your Tektro hydraulic brakes on this. You've got 180 millimeter rotors, and you've also got a beautiful frame down here, the way they have this design. You can put cup holders on a couple different areas here on this cargo bike for sure. But this back area is just massive for storage. Like I said, if you take out this basket, you can carry a child that can ride and hold on to this basket here. Take them to school, whatever, right around the neighborhood. But it's a really, really fun bike to ride as well. It's got a thumb throttle over here on the left side of the cockpit. This is your off and on button here. There's your analytics. You keep pushing that button, and we may be down to 51 or maybe 48 voltage on this, so it could be a little more than 44% the way it looks. But as far as the design of this Flex is just extremely well built. Radio Flyer's got a very good name in the industry because they put out quality components, and I want to thank Flyer for sending this, Radio Flyer for sending me this cargo bike to review. I really appreciate it. And as you can see how low that the back tire is compared to the front. This is a 24-inch tire on the front, and this is a 20-inch tire on the back. Now, most cargo bikes are going that way. They put a larger tire and a smaller tire on the back, and I think that's due to more stability on the ride itself. But yeah, kind of let me know what you guys think about this thing. Handlebars designed very well. Wiring is done very good down into the down frame, so the wire management's good on it. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about this thing. I'll put a link down in the description box for you before I forget it. It's also got brake lights, and it's also got turn signals. Forgot to show you guys that. There you go. And this bike shuts the turn signals off automatically, which most bikes you don't, and you'll forget it, and you'll just be going along and you still got that on. So anyway, that's a little bit about the Radio Flyer Flex. Again, I want to thank you guys for riding along with me for sure, and watching this video. And again, I'm just draining batteries today so I can store these for the winter time. So yeah, share, like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I will see you guys on the next video.